It's always enriching experience whenever I start my day by saluting rising sun. I started my journey around 6 a.m. morning by picking up ferry boat from Mumbai, which has a lesser passengers on board as the first ferry boat of the day, and I already had parked my bike on the per deck. Presence of cold air was bringing shiver in my body. Non-ending blue ocean along with the rising sun, giving me vibes of a spiritual presence in atmosphere. My boat was crossing the wave of the calm, soothing sea water. After spending half an hour, we reached Revas, from where I started my road journey towards the Janjira Fort. Roads are extremely worst maintained as the government has neglected this part of the Maharashtra state. Road was passing through forest, coastal area, different villages, which were arousing my curiosity to reach Janjira Fort. I spent around 3 hours on bike, which was not at all smooth ride. I remember two times already in past I tried to visit Janjira Fort, but both times I couldn't make it through Janjira Fort as I tried to cover Janjira Fort travel visit in one day by bike, which is impossible. Hence, if you are planning to visit Janjira Fort by any vehicle, then please have 2 days trip planned from Mumbai city. This is the ferry boat which take us into Arabian Sea where Janjira Fort is situated. I found proper safety measures in this boat with sufficient passengers occupying their seats, and slowly this ferry boat starts towards port. Whenever I see this water, I feel like ego in my inner world get washed out along with those waves of the sea. My heart gets cleansed, and you start watching an ending sea and a point where Janjira Fort is standing with pride with surrounding by this white sea water. Driver of boat was friendly, a old uncle who allowed a small child to hold steering of the boat. I was so surprised to see friendly gesture of driver uncle. I don't remember, but one of the jolly person I ever met in my life, very kind and helpful. As I slowly started reaching this fort, I started realizing this abundant structure flawlessly built in order to stand safe in self-defense. During the most of the ride, we cannot see the gate of the fort since it can only be seen from one is about 40 feet away from it. This makes it an extremely interesting place to be. While on the boat, I came to know that this is not the end of the boat travel. In order to reach the fort, I need to pass further by transferring myself in another small sailing boat which will take me to the main door of the fort. Within few minutes we all passengers moved from big ferry boat to small sailing boat and started waiting for our turn to alighting ourselves on the lands of the fort. I was so surprised to see the capacity of the sailing boat made from woods, which doesn't have any support of life jacket. Slowly, sailor of the sailing boat took us on the corner side along with the tall walls of the fort and started giving us brief history about the fort, where we came to know many things about the fort. And after end of the such discourse, those sailors demanded money as a request for their service. One has to pay as per wish, but I understood that this is another means of earning for them as the service of a guide tour is not available inside the fort. Also, they told us that passengers needs to come back to the same sailing boat within 45 minutes and shared us the name of the sailor as identification mark for the return journey. And then the time arrived when one by one we alighted safely on the border of this fort in front of the main gate of the fort. There is only one door to this fort. This is one of the most popular historical destinations around Alibag. Janjira Fort covers the whole island that it was built upon. It looks like the fort is standing on the water. Murud Janjira Fort is situated in Arabian Sea waters near the town Murud. This is a sea fort. This is one fort which is having the toilet facility. Very few forts in Maharashtra have toilet facility. It took us around 1 hour to capture all corners of the fort into the camera. This is one of the unbeatable fort in history of India, built on island 500-meter offshore on an oval-shaped rock near the port town of Murud. Janjira is one of the strongest marine forts of the India. The fort is historically very significant. History enthusiasts will have a good time here. Although the fort is abandoned and in ruins, there are enough monuments inside its compound to make you understand and imagine how life must have been here centuries back. It is like a walk through the past. The original Morud Janjira Fort was a wooden fort built in 15th century by fishing community, mainly to keep themselves safe from the attacks of the enemies and pirates. The fort wall is about 40 feet high and has 19 rounded porches and arches, some of the which still have cannons mounted on them. Owing to the complexity of the fort, this is known as the Unbeatable Fort. It is invincible Siddhi Marine Fort that stood tall to the attack of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj and his son, among many others. The Siddhis were community brought to India by Arab and Portuguese traders. Visitors can gain access to the Janjira Fort from Rajapuri, a small village on the coast, or Khora Bandar, which is I am using the point to pick up the ferry boat for the Janjira Fort. After the short ride in the small boat, one can enter into the fort through the main entrance. I was surprised to see the availability of the fresh water on this island serviced by Indian government by appointment of this lady who wholeheartedly fulfilling the thirst of the tourist visitors on this fort guide, guiding us whenever required about the important places to see on this fort. The fort is not big, which was used by the Siddhis as a place to hide whenever there was war against him. And within 45 minutes, I finished my tour of this small fort and started searching the sailing boat back to shore. One man on the gate was shouting the name of the sailing boat, which was enough sign for picking the right boat for the return journey. Once again, I got the chance to sit along with that sailor uncle who openly sharing me their life experiences, family background, work experiences, and with such dialogue, I couldn't realize how immediately I reached back to the shore. One thing I would suggest to wear cap, sunglasses, and light clothes for this trip, as sea is so harsh, especially while sun rays touch upper layer of seawater. Please hit the like button and don't forget to hit subscribe button. Thank you for being with me.